Welcome back to Genfanad. More combat. Because it's very important that we keep on getting stronger here. We are level 17. So we're going to go fight things that are level 17. Maximize experience. I mean, technically we could fight stronger things, and that would give us even more experience. But there is the whole, they would be stronger business. So just fighting things that are the same level, that'll work out fine. First, come over here to the cosmetics vendor. We can get some new stuff, like cat ears. A Patreon reward. I'm playing plenty of this. Here, might as well do that. We got some golden cat ears. Delightful. Requirements none. Equip stats none. If we examine the golden cat ears, some fetching ears. Thanks for your support. Currently, it's just a Patreon business, but there is plans to move it to more of like a just regular subscription. Possibly once it's on Steam or something. Stuff is in the works, but we're not going to be wielding cat ears for combat here. And we can always get more of them over here at the cosmetic shop. So that's nice. For all of your cat boy needs, I suppose. Living the dream. Living the dream. Anyways, there are 6 enemies that are level 17. So once again, we've got some choices. Some of them obviously better than others. The first one we are not really going to mess with is the level 17 farmers. Much like the level 10 farmers right here, they don't drop much we really would want. They drop various produce, basically. So, nothing very exciting. They do drop earth cards at an unknown rate. But if they're anything like these farmers over here, they'll be very, very strong. And that's not something we really want right now. Or maybe they've been rebalanced. It's also possible. There is some combat changes in the works, so we'll see where that ends up leading. Either way, I'm not going to be fighting farmers. We'll be fighting this giant rat here. Let's see how much experience this gives, since we are 7 levels over. We get a whopping 14.8. Ouch. On the plus side, departed rat. We can add that to the collection. Oh, we're surrounded by rats. Looks like a lot of the rats have gotten trapped in this farm here. That's making this path a little bit safer. But still covered in rats though, so beware. Beware. There's the farmer. Here's a mega chicken. Fought hundreds and hundreds of those last time, so at least we're done with that. My goodness. Next up on the list of enemies we're not going to be fighting, we got some stuff over in the ruins north of Zamok dungeon there. More of the forgotten guys. There are forgotten masons, level 17, which if they were a bit closer to anywhere like a bank or anything, would be a possible option, as they drop many earth cards, which could be nice. Unfortunately, they're just very, very far away, and in the dungeon with all sorts of stuff attacking. Not a huge number of spawns in each of the individual locations. So, not the best, to be fair. We've traversed this mine entrance. Doesn't look like it. Wanna go through, huh? Where's your ticket? Call the super secret path pay to win corridor for nothing. Want to go through, just buy a ticket from the ticket booth. I don't think we have a ticket. Or a ticket booth. No. And also in that same dungeon, there are the forgotten messengers that we killed for the quest items. They also just exist as an enemy, but also in very, very small quantities. And the messengers don't drop anything useful. They can drop some raw rat meat sometimes, but obviously if we want rats, we would go kill more rats. That's working out nicely. So, I'm not gonna do that. Next on the list, we've got guard dogs. They drop a couple fist cards, some low quality rat meat, so being even worse here. Not exactly what we're looking for. Or not what we're looking for at all, to be honest. I need to be a little careful here. We're taking a bold path here through the forest. There's old Jack. It's a little bit off of his platform there. Still 35. Be interesting to see if he's just a regular level 35. It's like he's got a whole boss health bar when you get up there. If he's standing over there, we can look over here a little bit. He's like over to the side. He's got the beanstalk. It goes way up there. Some bone piles, bones, blood. Yeah, that about checks out. My goodness. But yeah, anyways, we're not fighting guard dogs. They don't drop anything. But what we will be fighting is a different kind of dog. Kinda, sorta. It is the wolf. Level 17 drops Departed Wolf. And that's pretty much it. The Departed Wolf is used in Butchery at level 24. So, just a little bit out of here. But it'll get us, like, wolf hide and all that. And wolf meat. Which will be useful for much higher level shenanigans. So, I think we do a little bit of wolves. Seems like a reasonable idea. And the wolves are themselves in the Dark Forest. In a few different locations, but one location definitely much, much better than the other one. As far as access to banks is concerned. Literally right outside of the portal over to the Fey Realms business. So previously, we've had to run past these wolves to get over there, or do the silver mining nearby. But this time, we can just fight the wolves. Finally strong enough to do that. That's good. We got all our equipment here. We can set here to any of these, I guess. We're gonna go for aggressive first. We still have a few of the fancier rat dishes that we need to use. Vines apart. Very good. Using our shortcut into the Dark Forest here. Climb down the vine. And pop it here with the orange foxes, which we did not end up fighting at level 16. We already have some foxes, and these are not the best location. So, if we need more fox in the future, they exist. Just trying to be slightly efficient with what we kill here. These red frogs, I think they have something we need at some point. I don't worry about that quite yet. Instead, let's continue heading into the Dark Forest here. Looks like we might have another person over here at the wolves. depending on how strong they are, we might be able to get away with it. Because there's a decent number of wolves here. He's all 48. My goodness. There's bones there. It's pretty wild. Looks like he might be chopping the trees, actually. Oh, look at his sword. My goodness. I think that's a mithril giant sword or something. Yeah, a 17. Is that like a 20 he did? He's level 48, so needless to say, a little bit stronger than we are. Wild stuff. He just one-hit that wolf. My goodness. Yeah. There is a difference in strength here, for sure. 14, 15. Here's our departed wolf. Hopefully it wasn't a werewolf. I mean, even if it was. 16, 16. Yeah, pretty strong. Well, they can clearly clear most of the wolves here. So we're gonna have to see if we can get some wolves in the other world. 17. Dead. If that's 17, that's 20. They can at least hit like 25s since they one-shot that wolf earlier. Brilliant. Yeah, well, 48, that is a lot. That is very, very high level with how much the XP scaling works. So, wild stuff out here. I guess there's enough wolves. And they are definitely picking up the departed wolves here too. I'm ready for these tree stumps. This is very higher level tree. Or maybe they're just fighting wolves. That's also a possibility. So, let's see if we can get more wolves. Alright, here we go. An entire wolf pack. Ready for us. Definitely killing them a bit slower than the other guy was. But we are only level 17, so that's fair. So we're getting a drop from every single wolf here. 100% chance of departed wolf and bones. The more RNG happens when you go and actually use the departed wolf in butchery. So much like other times where we get a drop from every single enemy, we probably don't need all this food. That was more for getting over here. Although we're kind of at the point here now where traversing the dark forest is not actually too bad. There are still some nasty things out here, but that's in a off the beaten track kind of direction. So won't worry about that too much. Looks like there's somebody fighting the fairies over there. Fairies level 42, they're level 41. And the fairies have a lot of health, my goodness. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of enemies stronger than us still. That's for sure. And some of those much stronger enemies are in caves that we need to go through. So it is definitely a work in progress out here. Definitely a work in progress. Well, as far as wolves are concerned, how much experience are we getting here? Should be a lot more than the mega chickens were, at least. We're getting 76.5. Not bad. Not bad at all. That'll be acceptable to get 9,600 experience in each of these skills. Almost to a vitality level here too, so that's nice. More health is definitely helpful. I will absolutely take that. So yeah, if these are like 76 experience, and Mega Chickens were only like 56, might actually end up being faster here. And also, you need to consider, we're much closer to the bank. So, overall, I think these wolves are going to do very nicely for us. And much like the Mega Chickens, we're getting the butchery item for later. So, that's all working out. It's very difficult to calculate how many of each departed creature you need for butchery, since they give a random amount of all their different drops. the experience varies wildly. So, like a lot of things, you just get enough. And then if it's not enough, you just go get more. Not a huge concern. Would be a little more awkward if you were trying to get things that you couldn't get yourself. Like, trying to trade for things. Set up a meetup to go buy 1,000 wolves or something. And then you end up needing another 50 or something and they're not online or anything. It's all player-to-player trades. No fancy new age marketplaces or anything. Although all that means is you just post everything on the Discord and wait for people to message you. So, not exactly everyone standing around selling their wares. Doesn't help that there's not really like a central town that everyone's always going to be in. That does better for marketplace stuff. But between how long it takes to go places and the difficulty for lower level players to get to higher level areas, I mean, to be fair, it's not that bad. Trading, you can get it done. Touch the Jagger Crystal here. And head on in. So yeah, from right here to the bank, it's a little bit of a walk, but definitely not bad. And it's also safe and easy. Looks like one click between the bank and portal crystal thing. So that's good. I can work with that. We only took a little bit of damage, and running away is not a problem. Don't have to run past anything aggressive or anything. Back with the Fey Banker here. The rats and the wolves. They can join the other rats, the foxes, the pigs, the mega chickens. We're gonna have a butchery extravaganza at some point here, clearly. Let me see here. We've got 8 lean and 23 fatty rat platters still. And we're probably going to get a lot more once we actually use up the rest of these departed rats. So that'll be fine too. We keep on ending up picking up more departed rats on our adventures. Mostly because we know we have the bank slot ready for them. So that's fine. Yeah, we use those. And then the mega chickens, I think. And then the pigs. I don't know if that would get us to the level for foxes and wolves, though. So, we will worry about that later. For right now, we need to get lots more experience here. We're getting close to the vitality level. Oh, don't go outside into the Fey realm. There is much more dangerous stuff out there, as we saw when we were venturing around. Not stuff we want to mess with right now. Be interesting in the future to see what higher level enemies we might fight. Could be cool. Like, when you're level 40 something, you fight level 40 things. How strong are we talking? See how much damage he does. He's only level 41, so I think he would do less damage. He's also only using a regular looking sword there. Possibly gladiator sword. Got a little bit of a look to it. Yeah, probably not going to be quite as much damage. I could definitely see fighting equivalent level 40 enemies. You would want the tanking setup more. And he's got the mithril chain set, since he's only level 41. Very good. Oh, only level 41, he says. Well, he's level 17. My goodness. But yeah. This will work nicely. I do need to consider whether or not I want to fight wolves for the entirety of level 17 here. Because there is one more option that we have that could be good. And that is albino leeches. We were walking past them every time when we were fighting the mega chickens. They're just north of Coin. They have some interesting drops. decent supply of water and fist cards, so that could be good. For all of our magic purposes. Looking to magic here. All of the sorcery needs the fist cards. That's just useful for that. Then for rituals, the water cards will be good for hydration and moisten clay. Heated extraction is really one that would be very nice. Extract an iron bar directly out of an iron vein. I could get behind that. I could get behind that. Don't think we've gotten very many earth and fire cards. We did have some options for this level for getting more earth cards. They're a little bit out of the way, and there's better options later. I think we're not going to worry about that quite yet. And there's also the very high probability that magic's just going to be completely changed at some point. We already have all these cards that don't even do anything yet that have been added to drop tables. So there's definitely room for updates on that front. Which makes me wonder if it's really worth going for the water and fist cards. Or if we just want to prioritize the butchery experience from the wolves here. I mean, it'd be butchery and then also cooking, and then we would have food. So there's definitely more benefits here too. Yeah, if we got the wolf meat, we can make wolf steaks or wolf stews. But not really. The wolf stew is level 41 cooking. So not quite there yet. And also the wolf steak is level 27. And then with the wolf steak, that's pretty much it. Looks like it doesn't have any fancy plated recipes. That's unfortunate. Wolf meat. Fatty wolf meat. Just makes a fatty wolf steak. So, as a food, they're not exactly super exciting. But simple and effective. 6, 7, and 8 heal. Level 27, that's okay. And I don't think there's really any requirements on food. You get the full healing no matter what your actual level is. So that'd be fine. I think we could get away with that. Yeah, 27 is still pretty high level. And that also requires 24 butchery to even get there. But I guess once we butcher all of the mega chickens and rats and pigs and all that, we would probably get a decent amount of stuff. Although I don't think the cooking experience from the mega chickens is going to be much to write home about, because it just makes chicken. But then the chicken does have the plated meal business, so that'd be a little bit more. Main concern with all these different foods is definitely bank space, though. It's a lot. It really is. Especially since you get 3 different kinds of foods now, with the regular, fatty, and lean. So, probably going to only have 1 or 2 different kinds of foods at the same time, which does kind of limit when we want to do butchery. Right now we could just go through all of the rats we have, and those would stack nicely. I guess we also need to figure out what we're doing with the rat hide. It does give some experience in tailoring, but I don't know if it's really worth it because of how much it costs to tan the hides. Definitely a faster training method. Maybe some richer players would be more interested in purchasing the hides. I think it is... Yeah, I think it's tailoring. We're gonna just make a bunch of flax into stuff. And that also helps nicely with botany, so that could be a easier, better direction for us to go. And cheaper, too. I think eventually there's stores with higher level equipment we might want to purchase. Because as we get higher level, the whole foraging business is getting difficult. We got enough to make some iron stuff, but moving forward, it could start getting difficult. So, we'll see about all that. There's definitely a lot of experience to be gained still. We're just starting off here. Still. We're definitely moving up though, with all the combat we're doing. We're getting there. We're getting places. We're doing okay. And all this has been kind of stalling for this vitality level. But it all works out. Realistically, there's not a huge amount to talk about during the combat training episodes. So we get there when we get there. And we're currently, right now, getting there once we kill this wolf. Vitality, 19. With that, we are now capable of surviving against enemies that max 6s. Even if they max every time, they would only do 18 damage. Then we could flee in absolute panic while shoveling food down our throats. And assuming we could eat that much food before they attack us again, we could theoretically live. Still, definitely at risk of things that can hit 7s or 20s. So, it's still a work in progress. Really need to worry about how good higher level armor is going to be. It has to be pretty good for the max hits that some enemies can do. But that should be okay. Taking a bit of damage here. Eat a food. Yeah, I think we'll bring 1, maybe 2. It depends on the health. Per trip here. Yeah, this is a fine spot. This is a fine spot. Maybe we do half and half. Do 1.5 levels here at wolves, then 1.5 levels at albino leeches. Yeah, I would still like to get more of the cards. I think that's fair enough. And obviously, if we ever need more departed wolf, we can always come right back here. Wouldn't get as much combat experience, but definitely collecting the wolves is easily accomplishable. So, I'm going to fight more wolves for a while. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. First level here at the wolves. Well, main level at least. We have 126 departed wolves. And we're going to walk out here, kill 1 more. So I'll be 127 to get the level here. I think I've decided we're going to do another whole level. I guess if we have strength, we can get a different food here. That's fine too. I think we're going to do 1 more level at wolves here. Just because a small number of cards from the albino leeches, probably not quite as useful as more departed wolves for other uses. Still do want to get some cards though, so we will head over there after the next level here. But yeah, showing what we've gotten at a level at the bank, since it doesn't all fit in the inventory, does kind of make this a little bit more work. Well, that's fine. Because this wolf goes down, we will get 18 strength. Oh boy. Switch out to attack. And back we go. More wolves. Amazing. So, probably just gonna have twice that many wolves, but we will see exactly how many we end up after getting this level 2. It's gonna be a few more. Here's the last wolf for this level. And then we will leave. Just need to finish the fight, obviously. That's how getting experience in this game works. So yeah. We have lots of wolves now. My goodness. 18. Attack. We don't need to go to the bank here. I mean, I guess we kind of do. Grab some more food for our journey. That's a smart idea. Not that the Dark Forest is particularly dangerous at this point, but still. Switch to defense to train defense. There we go. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. So, in total, our departed wolf count is going to be... Let's deposit all of these. 254 wolves. That's a lot. Obviously not as many as the chickens, but still. We got the fatty rat potato platters. There we go. Alright. Let us go over to the albino leeches then. All the way out of the Dark Forest and over near Coin. That's okay. 48 guy. Earlier. Very good. Very good. It's going to get out of here. Back through the Dark Forest. Technically, we could just keep fighting wolves. That'd be fine too. A little bit of variety is always nice. And I really don't know if we're going to need another 100+ wolves here. Seems potentially a bit excessive. That's okay. All the wolves are chasing us, which is probably fine. Everything's great. Just need to go get to the shortcut out of the woods here. It's an easier way of getting around. Just need to go past some foxes. Yeah. We're definitely feeling much more confident in our exploration in this area, at least. Since we are now strong as the enemies here, instead of being wildly underleveled. Still doesn't make our attempts to go to some other locations very easy. That's why we're training. That's why we're training. Get through the vines here. Past the vines. Climb down some other vines. And away we go. Also grab some more dew on the way around. Just makes sense. Just makes sense. Okay. Alright. So, albino leeches. Mostly we're interested in the cards that they drop. But they also drop a bunch of other stuff too, which is less useful. With them dropping just the cards, and then a couple other things, we can probably get away with longer trips. At least assuming that they don't do a huge amount of damage. Not many things have been doing significant damage at appropriate level, so not particularly worried about that. Some of the less useful things are pretty common drops, though. I don't know if it's even really worth picking them up. They don't stack. Doesn't seem really super necessary. I guess we'll see. There is the general store right in Coin, so if we want to pick up all the random junk, it's easily disposed of. I guess we'll see. And it's an interesting drop table as far as the cards are concerned. It's uncommon drops of many different numbers of cards. Water and fist. We'll see exactly how many there are. Assuming the wiki information is correct, too. It's going to be somewhere around there, at least. Overall, there's a decent chance of getting the cards. If you take the total percentage chance per drop, and then there's multiple per drop at different percentages, it's a bit. It's a lot. That's okay. Do. How are we doing on do? We're doing pretty good on do. Could be doing better, though. But the question is, what do we want to spend it on? I'm still feeling like just throwing it all into foraging isn't the worst plan. My goodness, is the XP there not there. And there's still things we would like to be able to do with foraging. We will see. We will see. Not super worried about it either way. Doing okay. Sorcery and evocation with these cards. With the water and fist cards, as things currently stand, need some. What's that? Oh, this is fist cards for rock throw. Yeah, the fist cards are used for all these, and water is the lowest level one. And for rituals, we need water to start, and then water for the moistening of clay. The fist cards are mostly used just for this stuff. Yeah, here's the fist cards. We're doing decent on the fist and water cards, but obviously having more isn't a bad idea. Doing really nice on fire. Wind and earth, not so much. Not so much. We will get those from other sources, if we need to. All depends on a lot of things, really. So, previously, I had been wanting to run past these leeches to get up to the north to the mega chickens. But that means that these are even closer to the bank here. So that's nice. I can work with that. They're also very concerning, as they are enormous leeches. A bloodsucker that doesn't care about light. Oh no. Let's see what their experience is going to be like. Should be fine. There's a good number of spawns of them too. That's not bad. They're aggressive, which is also a thing. Pro or con, depending on what you're trying to do, I suppose. Let us kill this leech here. Got a decent amount of health, all things considered. That's okay. We got a decent amount of attack. That's fine too. I haven't dropped nothing. Eh, that's a possibility. It's a decent percent chance of nothing dropping. Oh. Try to run away. I mean, if I was up against a leech of this size, I would try to run away too. So that checks out. Let's see if we can get some cards here. We can also buy cards from stores. That costs coins, and we don't have a huge supply of coins just yet. Why, another nothing drop. Not feeling fantastic so far. And they're how much XP each? I guess it depends on the definitions of common and uncommon. There's a clamshell. That's one of the common, not very good drops. Chance of getting a card in total here appears to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14%. But then there can be multiple cards. It's not a huge amount. Oh, the teeth stack. That's nice. That's alright. 1 tooth, 2 teeth, also options. Get clam shells, crab claws, leech blood, and also a very rare blood gem, which is interesting. Makes sense, coming from a leech. Probabilities on these. I mean, other options for getting the cards. We've obviously gotten some from other things already. There was, like, the baby water elementals. A common drop of lots of water cards. But for varying definitions of common. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is a lot more common. Even more. But then that would also have us fighting lower level enemies. And then we don't get as much experience. Yeah. At this point, the amount of time to go back to the wolves. I still don't think we need, like, more wolves either is the thing. And we're just not getting any cards here, though. And then for fist cards, there's some other good options. Possibly at higher levels here, too. We've got a decent amount already. Yeah. It's not looking too great, the albino leeches. The amount of time it takes to kill each individual enemy. You have to appreciate the uncommon drop rates are definitely a thing. If we get like one card here, that'd be okay. Yeah, we've hit this far without anything. We're gonna end up with like a dozen cards or something terrible. It's not feeling too worth it at this point. Yeah. And we already have lots of water and fist cards as it is. There is one water card. Nah. That's roughly a drop right there. I don't think that's worth it. I guess we just go back to wolves then. I mean, the wolves are still useful. We get butcher experience, cooking experience, and food instead of like 10 cards or something. That would be a multitude of different options there would increase it a bit. There's like a 40% chance to get a card. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 21. Should be like getting more, on average, it's like more than a card per worm. We're just getting a little unlucky. All the clamshells? Yeah. And some crab claw. We could just do more here. I have to go all the way back to the wolves. Eh. Keep the teeth, they stack. It's just not very good. Oh, we'll keep the teeth to sell because they stack. Yeah. I think wolves. I think that's just better. So we're going to go back over there and get this last level. And here is a little 18 defense. With that, we are combat level 18. And our experience from the wolves has been decreased by 5% or something. So we need to move on to level 18 enemies. That's the idea, at least. That's how we're doing stuff. So let us get our last wolves over in the pile. See what our total is going to be. It's going to be slightly different than just another level worth, because we did kill a handful of leeches, but overall, pretty much just wolves. Total, 370. So, still less than the chickens. where we got 465, since they gave so much less combat experience. Well, that's okay. So, 370 wolves in the bank. Our bank is a disaster, just full of animals, and they're all dead. So, there you go. So, probably just going to keep doing combat. Figure out what exists at level 18. Find some good stuff to fight. And then fight it. Yeah. Next time. Goodbye.